We are live. Got
Got it.
it. All right. I'm going to go back to the screen now. Happy Sunday. I'm hoping we're live. We are here going through the Mom Link. This is my second masterclass. I'm going to exit out of this. I'm going to come back to the Zoom. There she is. Hey, girl. Hey, how are you?
Thanks.
So, guys, I am StarzTina. I am the owner and founder of Elite Stars Fitness. It is an online fitness boutique studio. And today I'm going to share with you in this short, brief, straight to the point masterclass how I built my business up by 50% in less than a year. Okay. First of all, a little bit about me. I'm an energy coach. And I say energy coach because I have so much energy and I use that to build my business, my mind, my body, my soul. And I run an 8-week 12 weeks, sometimes depending on the client, mind and body transformation program. And these are one of the tools that I use to build my business as well. Elite Stars Fitness is an experience because we have so much more than just classes. The business is built on 3 pillars. The first pillar is mindset. And that's the main focus because mindset can work with anything in your life, whether it's finances, spirituality, finances, relationships, super important. So that's the first foundation pillar in our business. The second pillar is nutrition. 80% of the way you look is by what you're eating. And the last one is exercise. We love exercise. Together, we have over 20 classes a week. Yes. And about 10 coaches. We have pop-up classes, all sorts of classes to fit all your fitness needs, whether you're just beginning, whether you've been on the journey for a while. We have yoga, strength, spin classes, total body, walking, you name it, we've got it there for you to keep you inspired and motivated. 2 key things I like to share when it comes to having an Elite Stars experience is it's all about accountability, guys. It's all about community. The community, in my opinion, is the one thing that makes us shine, that makes us stand out from the crowd. Now, when you join our tribe, team, community, whatever you want to call it, let me tell you what you're going to be getting, okay? And this is probably how the business has grown. When you have any type of business, it's super important that you know your why. Okay. And my why started with my personal fitness journey. I always say if you give someone a fish, you fed them for a day. But if you teach them how to fish, you fed them for a lifetime. And that's how I think about my business. I don't want to just teach you how to get fit for that day or that wedding or, whatever that special occasion is. I want to teach you so you can teach other people as well. So we have things to keep people accountable, to keep it fun. And one thing and this was during COVID when I actually started this online studio, I was teaching classes online through Zoom. And then I got more clients, it went on, but I just stuck in there. And that's the importance with having a business, guys, is you do not quit when times get tough. You do not quit when things get rough. Here comes Cynthia. You keep pushing through when times get hard. And during COVID, like I said, it was great. And then times went up and down, but I stuck in there. And that's when we started our walking/running club. I had one of the girls, her name is, oh my Lord, Lorena. Hi, Cynthia. Her name is Lorena. And Lorena would always go walking after class. We'd have class at 6:00. After class, she would always go walking. And I was like, girl, we're going to start a walking club. And we did. And I turned the word from running to walking, because a lot of people have difficulty running. When I first started on my fitness journey, I could not physically run because I was too heavy. The pressure on my knees just was not healthy, on my back, and it hurt. So I didn't do it. I walked. My girlfriend, Marquita, and we would go to the park and we'd be so excited because we'd go around the park was 1 mile, and it took us about 15 minutes to do 1 mile, but we never said we were going walking. We were like, we're going for a run, because that sounds much better, right? So that's how we came up with the concept of walking running club. So if you hear us say you're running, you may possibly be walking. So that's one way how we keep the community going, the accountability in this Nike running app. We also have events every quarter. It's either going to be in person, it's either going to be virtual. We had an event yesterday. It was amazing. It was a virtual women's summit, igniting the fire within. It was empowering for women. We had an in-person event in New Jersey in August. So we're always having something to keep the communication going. We recently expanded our accountability pods. And I found this works so much better than just that one-on-one that we had in the past. So having a business, it's very important that you're adaptable to change and you're okay with that. So super, super important. We also have private groups on Facebook. Some people are into Facebook, some people aren't into Facebook. That's okay. We also have our WhatsApp group. So it's kind of what flows with each individual. We also have different groups on Clubhouse, which helps support people because there's all sorts of people in the world. Some like to learn visually by looking, like we did an Instagram live today so people could hear us talk about meal prepping. Some people like to just hear, maybe they're doing the Clubhouse app right there. Maybe they like that in person. So when it comes to growing a business, you have to know your audience. So important. Today, I wanted to share with you how I grew my business by 500% in the past year. And last week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, 2 weeks ago, I talked about morning rituals. Today, I want to talk about evening rituals. And this can work not only in business, but also in your personal life. But today we're talking about business. So if you're watching this, you have a business, you're starting a business, you're thinking about doing a business, and we're talking about evening rituals. So the night before, you want to start planning, and your health is your wealth. So the night before, decide, tip number one, decide what you're going to do physically the following day. Are you going to do X amount of miles? Are you going to take a class? Are you going to invite someone to come with you? Super, super important, because once you know what you're going to do, it's already on the paper. It's already planned. And I hate when people say, well, if I have time, well, you make the time. People make time for what they want. If you know that you have a doctor's appointment the 23rd of May at 6:45, well, you're going to be there, right? Same thing goes with your workout. You want to schedule your workouts like you schedule all your appointments on Sunday. Today is Sunday, great day to prep for the week. You're prepping your meals, you're prepping your workouts. Now we have over 20 classes, and Cynthia here, lately she's been taking all the classes, but she's going to drive herself ragged if she's going to try to keep up with all the classes because we keep adding on. And you don't want to overdo it too much. So make a plan. So Cynthia, as you're sitting there, decide, okay, how many classes do I want to take this week? Well, first of all, you want to figure out your goals. Like, why are you doing it? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to get your mindset right? Because if so, you can take the yoga classes. If you're looking to build muscle, well, what classes am I going to take? If you're looking to build muscle and to tone, well, then you don't want to do the spin classes. That's it. You do want to take spin, but if that's one of your goals, if you're looking to build muscle and lose weight, you want to work out most days of the week. What is most days? 5 to 6 days. I'm telling you right now, if you want to see a difference in the way you look, you must work out most days of the week. So tip number 2 is figuring out what your why is when it comes to your business. If you want to grow your business, why do you want to grow it? So for me, yes, I want to grow my business because I want to change the world. I want to help people. And then once you figure out why, how are you going to do it? Knowing your numbers. So for example, I know that I have to increase my numbers on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, how I'm going to get my people, how I'm going to do my reach outs. If you're just starting a business, how much money do you want to make? Is it 10,000, 5,000? Maybe it's just $500 a month. Okay, $500 a month, divide that by 4. Is that 125 a week, Renee? I think it's 105. Something like that. That's how much you want to make a week. Then divide that. How many days you work? Are you working 5 days a week, 6 days a week? Break that down right there. And then break it down by how much are you charging? Okay. If you're charging $25, $50 an hour or a product, how many people do you need? And then let's just say you need 5 people, 5 sales a week to make $100 a month. A week. You need 5 people. So you need 5 people. How many people do you have to find to get 1 sale? And I kind of can give you a guesstimation, at least with numbers, for every 100 people that you reach out to. And when I mean reach out, like say, for example, you're on a Clubhouse stage and you're talking, or you're doing a Facebook Live and you have 50 people in that Facebook, or you're on YouTube and whatever it is, you're talking to 100 people. For every 100 you're talking to, you're probably going to get about 25 that are interested, that are like, oh, that sounds good. Okay, so you have those 25 and you reach out to those 25 and you might actually talk to 5 or 7 if you're lucky. All right. And you're going to get between 1 to 2 sales. So knowing your numbers is super important. That's tip number 2 with your nighttime rituals, is planning the day before. Tip number 3, when it comes to nighttime rituals, is your sleep hygiene, guys. So important. Putting the phone down. And I know this is very tough because the other night I legit was on the phone laying in bed And I'm like, Tina, you're supposed to be off your phone 20 to 30 minutes before you actually go to sleep. But I was just on the phone. I love Instagram, guys. I love it. Like if you're like one of my peeps, I'm sending you these videos, the funnier, I love it. But we have to get if it comes to business, you have to get it focused. All right. In a wonderful world, before I go to bed, I'm reading. I have the book next to my bed. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Put the phone down, read. Maybe you have a diffuser and you have some oils in there so it smells nice. Maybe you spray some lavender on your pillow. Maybe you're playing some nice tones. So your sleep hygiene is super, super important. That's tip number 3, guys. How I grew my business. All right. I always had a plan for the next day. I made sure nobody was messing with my sleep, guys. Let me tell you, 7 to 8 hours minimum, because I know as I'm getting older, my body, I work a lot and mentally, physically, and you need that sleep so you can stay in tune. So really being in check with your sleep. So number 1, oh my Lord, what was number 1, Renee? I got a brain freeze.
Oh,
she doesn't remember either. Was that knowing your numbers was number 2, and number 3 is your sleep hygiene. Yes. So I'm going to go into what are you saying?
accountability is what you were talking about.
And then I'm going to have Renee talk about that. I'm going to give you guys one more tip when it comes to evening rituals. I mean, of course, you can have a whole bunch of them, from your sleep hygiene to your eating. Don't eat 90 minutes before you go to bed. Super important, because your fitness, the way you feel, the food's going to make you feel sluggish. You're not going to sleep well. So don't eat 90 minutes before you go to bed. Just really having a solid plan, guys. Vision boards. I was so in tune with my vision boards. And this year, something I did that definitely helped my business soar was I constantly had meetings. I constantly was in with my team. Like I had a meeting this morning with with Cynthia and Renee, just really knowing our numbers, knowing what we're going to do. All right. I had my vision board. So in March, I had a vision board. Okay, what am I going to do? Next weekend, we have our vision board event. Now, when this event comes next Sunday, vision boards are done. They're already done for the year. We're just tweaking it, adding to it. Cynthia, how's your vision board coming along? Did you add on to it yet? Do you need more assistance with it? Talk to me, my mom.
Everything is written down on paper. Nothing is on the board.
Beautiful.
Say it again.
Do you have a board?
I have a board, but haven't put anything on it.
So when we get off of this call, I want you to go to that board, get a pen, and just write it on the board. I'm not sure if you've ever heard me talk about my vision board for last year. It was the ugliest board in the world. It was a white piece of paper. I got a black Sharpie and I wrote it up there. That simple, just as long as you see it, putting it out into the universe. Guys, let me tell you how important. Cynthia, have you ever seen the movie Law of Attraction?
No.
That's your homework. Law of Attraction. No, I'm sorry. It's not Law of Attraction. The Secret. Have you seen the movie The Secret? Corinne?
No, I never saw it.
Okay. You can go on YouTube and find it. You can go on Netflix. But please, guys, if you're watching this and you've never seen the movie The Secret, let me tell you how amazing The Secret is. And I had a conversation with my daughter yesterday. Lately, I've been saying things that I want. And I've been thinking about it. And it has to do with money. Like it could be a flight somewhere. It could be a ticket to an event. It could be whatever. And the fun, you have funds that you have laid out, and there were certain things that I wanted, and there were no extra funds. Give you a great example. Yesterday, I joined a group, and it cost X amount of dollars to join this group, and I was invited on Tuesday of last week. It was X amount of dollars to join, and I was like, I really don't have the extra money to pay to be a part of this group, and I really, really want to be a part of it. And I kept putting it off. I'm like, okay, maybe I can move this money, maybe I can move that money, but money just was not there. And I was going to ask someone to borrow it. And I was like, no, I really don't want to borrow it. I'm just thinking. And the crazy thing is every day, guys, I kept looking at my bank account. I'm like, maybe the money will just pop up. Maybe, maybe the money will just pop into my bank account. No. I got a phone call last night. It's like, we got some good news, Tina. I'm like, what is it? We're going to sponsor you. And I was like, wow. And I called my daughter and she's like, why are you surprised? She's like, I want you to stop being surprised because it is your birthright. It is our birthright, guys, to get everything that we are getting in abundance. This happened with a ticket to an event, a high ticket event. I'm like, I really want to go. And I know I didn't have $3,000 to pay for this extra $3,000. Guess what? Tina, I'm gifting this to you. So when you put things out into the universe, when you put it out there, if you're working, if you're doing your due diligence, trust me, it will come back. So Corinne, Later on, I want to see that board with your writing on it of the things that you want. Those are what I did in this past year to build my business by 500%. It's that simple. I'm going to have Renee very quickly introduce yourself. And I'm not sure if she saw the holes in the business when she came in, because Renee came in as a client. I met her at a gym as I was teaching class. She looked a hot mess. I supported her. She wanted to go even deeper. She did my mind and body transformation program. At the time, I did not know it was the mind and body transformation program. But looking back at it now, I realized that's what we were doing. And she just believed in me. She believed in my business. And then she just kept adding value. Well, what about and she would just do stuff. I didn't even ask her. She would just do stuff. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. So Renee, I would love to hear a little bit about you and, your fitness journey, and then your thoughts on how you filled the holes in the business to support me. That's a top one, guys. Having an account, having someone you trust. I'm shutting up. Go ahead, Renee.
So first of all, everybody, as Tina said, I'm Renee and I'm an accountability coach. That's what I'm known as. And I'm a partner now at Elite Stars, where I focus on accountability and some other things, but accountability is my main thing. And I also teach a class called Couch to Champion that's focused on getting people up and moving. And what I do is I use my own experiences to let people know and believe in themselves, to know how great they are. And it started with me back, I guess, a little over a year ago now. Like Tina said, she saw me struggling, and I knew in my head that I wanted to change, but I didn't know how. You don't know what you don't know. And so she offered me tips, and fast forward to Elite Star, I thanked her for that because the tips worked. And then she told me about Elite Stars, and that is how I got involved as a client. And basically it told me if I listened to her, all these things would happen. It really is that simple when you listen, right? She didn't tell me I had to do anything, right? She told me what had worked for her, and I implemented those strategies, and they did work. And I was and it was more than just the fitness and the body and the nutrition. I say it all the time. For me, it was very important, the mindset shift. And so I believed in the program so much, and in her as a person and as a leader of the company that she had founded, that I wanted to be a part of it. So I just started doing things. I saw little holes and, the things that could be done, because, and Tina believes this, it's a teamwork and a tribe, right? One person, it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, for one person to do everything that a business needs. So that is where I came in and just saw little needs. So I started doing those. And then I would hear Tina say, I need to do X, Y, and Z. I need to make sure I do X, Y, and Z. So I just started. That's how I started. I would send her little reminders. Oh, don't forget you have to do this by tomorrow. Or don't, those kinds of little things, I believe, made a huge difference in the business, right? Because they keep us on track and moving in the right direction. And so that is one part of accountability. And then I also hold my own self-accountability. And one of the ways I do that is for Elite Stars, for example, is I prioritize. Like, I know things that must be good. I just told her a little earlier, there are things that I know must be done today. No excuses, right? They must be done today, because everything else we're doing later in the week depends on them being done today. So that is one tip that I would say about accountability, is realize that you don't have to do everything yourself, and work with someone who's going to keep you in check and not let you slip when it's not time to slip, right? There's times when it's okay, you had an off day, and then there's other times when you may be having an off day, but these are the things we have to get done.
Thank you so much, Renee. That's simple, guys. Lastly, I want to say collaboration. We're here on the Mom Link right now, building teamwork. We have Cynthia with us now. We have Carmel with us, just finding people that have the same mission. Cynthia, I know you're starting I'm making this face because it's like I'm low key forcing you to start a business. Do you have any questions how we can help support you on the journey for your business?
You're not forcing me, Tina. You're not forcing me. Because what I don't talk about is like I already had a business already formed, is the real estate, but I didn't back away for it. I just put it on a back burner for a minute. So what you're doing is not a force. It's more so like a little bit of a push to push more things out of me that I didn't know that was in me, that I wouldn't even think, that I didn't even think I knew how to do. Like, for example, the flyers. I would never think I would enjoy making them. I did it because I wanted to do a favor back to you. I wanted to give back to you in some type of form of fashion because what you did for me. So come to find out, I like doing it. So then I heard, I got a business coming up. I'm not going to say where I heard it from, but I was told I heard, and now it's a business. So it's a good thing. I appreciate that. So the tips and things that you're giving me, you already given me.
But you know what, Cynthia, there's so much more. Guys, let me share something with this girl. Cynthia, do you see the tribe that you're building? Like, you're Ashley, you're Georgia, you got Shelly to class today. I cannot get Shelly to class. Do you know how many years? I repeat, years. I've known over 10 years. I can't get her to come to class. She's like, it's too hard. And you and your tribe got her to come to class tomorrow. So you're building your own tribe of people where you're going to start. You're already teaching classes. You know, you're going to be soon doing your own 8-week program. I'm going to give you the program that I'm speaking as if I'm you. I am Cynthia. I'm the walking coach. I've lost X amount of pounds, and this is how I did it. Do you want to know how to do it? Follow me. Do my 8-week program. I see that in the near future. Christmas is coming. New Year's is coming. You want to lose that stubborn belly fat? You want to lose that weight? I did it. You can too. Do you think you can teach people what you've done?
Definitely.
All right. I don't know if it's true, but I heard Cynthia's going to be doing an 8-week challenge. I don't know.
I heard too.
Renee, you're supposed to be on my side.
It really, one thing I wanted to add for everybody and for you, Cynthia, just getting started. One of the benefits of having your own business, even if you have a 9-to-5, like I have a 9-to-5, but you're able to you're in control of your schedule. In other words, have your own business, so you can mold it around other commitments. So that's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
Yay. See, we just thought about that. We just thought about your 8-week program. All right, guys, let's get out of here. I hope this has added value to you. I love this. Next week, vision board party. Come through with vision boards done already. We're just talking next. We're just talking about how to create the last 90 days. Oh my gosh, 90 days of this year. All right. Any questions? Anything?